In the early morning hours of February 17, 1872, a heavy silence fell over the fields of Bagumbayan. As three men in dark cassocks walked toward the garrote, the tolling of church bells echoed across Manila. Archbishop Gregorio Meliton Martinez had refused to unfrock them, maintaining that they were innocent. The crowd of thousands watching in solemn silence did not see three condemned traitors. They saw the tragic climax of a struggle for dignity, equity, and the soul of the Filipino nation. The story of GOMBURZA began long before that fatal morning, rooted in a deep-seated injustice within the Catholic Church under Spanish rule. Spanish friars belonging to religious orders, the regular clergy held the wealthiest parishes and vast estates. While native and Creole diocesan priests, secular clergy, were relegated to assistant roles, viewed with systemic suspicion. Three men from different generations and backgrounds came to embody the defense of the native clergy. Father Mariano Gomez, the eldest of the trio, a 72-year-old parish priest who had spent nearly half a century in Bacoor, Cavite. Beloved by his parishioners, Gomez was both a spiritual leader and a community builder. Dr. José Burgos, brilliant, eloquent, and fiercely passionate, the 35-year-old canon of the Manila Cathedral held multiple doctorates. As the protege of Father Pedro Pelez, Burgos inherited the leadership of the secularization movement. Father Jacinto Zamora, a classmate and close associate of Burgos, managed the financial administration of secularization efforts. Together, their voice grew too loud for the Spanish colonial government to ignore. The opportunity for the colonial authorities to silence the secularization movement arrived in January 1872. Governor-General Rafael de Izquierdo abruptly abolished tax and labor exemptions for local workers at the Cavite Royal Artillery Fort. Roughly 200 Filipino soldiers and arsenal workers led by Sergeant Fernando La Madrid staged a brief uprising, the Cavite Mutiny. Though the revolt was swiftly crushed, Izquierdo and colonial officials seized the moment to frame it as a grander, treasonous conspiracy. The purge was swift. Gomez, Burgos, and Zamora were arrested alongside prominent Creole liberals. To secure a conviction, the prosecution weaponized a tragic misunderstanding, a note found in Zamora's quarters. The note said, "Powder and munitions are ready." In reality, it was local slang referring to stakes for a card game. To the military tribunal, it was presented as ironclad evidence of an armed insurrection. After a farcical trial, the military court sentenced all three priests to death by garrote. On February 17, 1872, the three priests were brought to Bagumbayan. Gomez accepted his fate with quiet, stoic dignity. Zamora, shattered by the ordeal, walked to the scaffold in a state of silent shock. Burgos, crying out in protest of his innocence, was comforted by his executioner, who knelt and asked for forgiveness. As the garrote claimed their lives, something shifted in the gathering crowd. The colonial authorities had intended the execution to serve as a terrifying warning. Instead, the sight of three innocent priests dying united the spectators. The crowd dropped to their knees in prayer. The martyrdom of GOMBURZA transformed fragmented regional grievances into a unified national consciousness. Before 1872, people identified primarily as Tagalogs, Ilocanos, Indios, or Mestizos. The shared grief over GOMBURZA showed them that, in the eyes of the colonizer, they were all one people. The impact vibrated through the next generation. José Rizal, a 10-year-old boy, watched his older brother Paciano grieve deeply. 19 years later, Rizal dedicated his novel, El Filibusterismo, to the memory of the three priests. The propaganda movement, and later the Katipunan, paid homage to the martyrs. What began as a plea for equality inside parish churches ended by lighting the fires of the 1896 Philippine Revolution, ensuring that the names Gomez, Burgos, and Zamora would forever be remembered as the godfathers of Filipino nationalism.